Hi everyone, welcome back to Catherine's Plates. Today I got a big smile on my face because I'm going to be making one of my favorite dishes, a chicken pot pie, and I'm going to put it all into the crock pot as a dump and go meal. Guys, when it is super hot outside and there's a lot of humidity, you just don't want to be sitting around in your kitchen cooking all day. I'm going to let my crock pot do it. And it's going to consist of a nice delicious filling with our favorite vegetables that we like in it, chicken and seasonings. Okay, you guys, you ready for this one? Grab your crock pot and just start loading it up. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put our liquid stuff in first and our seasonings. So I've got 2 cans of cream of chicken soup that I'm going to put into the bottom of my crock pot. Now, you can also do like cream of celery if you want to add one of those cans to this instead of 2 cream of chickens, and that would be a really good flavor also. I'm using what I have in my pantry, which was 2 cans of cream of chicken soup. Okay, now what I'm going to do is just fill up a can. And I'm just going to go between the 2 cans with it to get all of that good flavoring out of there so we don't lose any of that. And then I'm going to go in with another 1/2 cup. So about 12 ounces of soup here. Chicken broth. Alright, now what we're going to do is give it some flavoring, and I've got some poultry seasoning, about 1 teaspoon. That's going to give it some really good flavor. Okay, now if you don't have poultry seasoning, all it includes is thyme, sage, marjoram, rosemary, nutmeg, and some black pepper. So you can just combine those and put about 1 teaspoon of that mixture into your cream of soups here. I'm going to add additional about 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. And then I'm going to put in some parsley flakes, about 1 tablespoon. All right, I'm going to whisk this together. Now I haven't put any salt in here yet because the soups are going to have a lot of sodium in them to begin with, unless you're using the sodium free or the low sodium soups. So I'm going to mix this really well. We're just going to give it a little taste to make sure that's where we want it. All right, that is really good. I am going to add a little bit more salt to it because we are going to be adding vegetables and chicken to it, which will need to be seasoned also. So I'm just going to give it a pinch of salt. Let's go ahead, and now I've got 2 potatoes here. These are russet potatoes that I had peeled and washed off and diced into small pieces here. I'm going to go ahead and add that. I've got 1 onion that I've diced up. All right, I've got 2 big chicken breasts that I diced up into bite-sized pieces, so we're going to add that. Now this will probably equal about 1 to 1.5 pounds of chicken. So if you want to use thigh meat, you can do that also. All right, let's mix this all together. Oh, it smells so good in there. The poultry seasonings, y'all, just makes it. Okay, you saw how easy that was. What we're going to do now is we're going to put a lid on it. Okay, what I'm going to do now is cook this on low for 7 hours or on high for 4 hours, and then we're going to come back and I'm going to finish this up, and then I'm going to show you how we're going to make this with a crust. Oh my goodness, you guys, you have no idea what our house smells like right now. It's so delicious. Now, the chicken and the potatoes are nicely cooked. What I'm going to do right now is we're going to thicken this sauce up. So I'm going to put about 1/4 cup to about 1/2 cup of liquid into a bowl. So to that, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of some cornstarch. Now, if you don't have cornstarch, you can use flour. And generally cornstarch is 1 tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of flour. All right, I'm gonna mix this up. Kind of make a paste. And I'm gonna add it back in. Gonna mix that in. All right, now what I'm gonna do is add the vegetables. Okay, so what I have here is about half a cup of corn, half a cup of peas and carrots, and then half a cup of some green beans. And these were all frozen vegetables. So you can go ahead and put those in, and it'll take about 30 minutes to cook these down. Okay, let's stir this all together. Now make sure you take, a look at your sauce in there, and if you think it's not thick enough, you can go ahead and just, add another slurry mix to it. All right, I'm gonna place my lid back on it. I'm gonna let that cook for about 30 more minutes, and I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do for our crust. Okay, so while we're waiting for that last 30 minutes on our chicken pot pie in the crock pot, I'm going to be taking some biscuit dough here. Now these are kind of Grand's biscuits. It doesn't matter, whatever brand you want to use or whatever thickness of the biscuit you want to use. So I'm preheating my oven to the temperature that's on the biscuits here. And I'm going to cut these before I put them on my baking sheet. Now, I'm using some parchment paper on just a baking sheet here. Now, if you want to just use the plain biscuits for your chicken pot pie, that's fine. You can just bake them just like this. But I'm going to take them and I'm going to cut them into strips. They're going to be much more fun like that to eat with your chicken pot pie. And I'm just going to place them onto my sheet pan here. So I have a chicken and dumpling crock pot dish out there, and I used the biscuits for the dumplings, and I put them in the crock pot to cook at the last 30 minutes. You can do that with these also if you want that, but I want these nice and golden brown. And then they'll absorb a lot of that sauce. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. Okay, I'm going to place these in my oven that's been preheating for the temperature that was on the back of my roll package. And you want to put those in there for probably around 15 to 20 minutes. Keep an eye on these. They're going to cook probably a little less time than what the package says. So keep an eye on them. Make sure they get nice and golden brown. Okay, I'm going to bring you back. Okay, y'all, look at those biscuit pieces. And now it took about 5 minutes less than the earliest time on the biscuit package, so keep that in mind. Look at that. Perfect for scooping or just putting it in there and smashing them in there to let them absorb all of those wonderful, delicious flavorings. Let me show you what the pot pie looks like. Look at how creamy this looks. That chicken is so tender. The potatoes are cooked through. The veggies are nice and hot. Look at that. Y'all can make this as thick as you want, okay? Just add another cornstarch slurry to it if you need to. Y'all ready for a bowl? I'm gonna bowl this up for you guys. Okay, who brought a spoon? Who brought a big spoon? I'm gonna go in for you. Okay, that is so delicious. It's a very comforting, classic dish that you can make in your crock pot, you guys. That sauce in there is so flavorful. Don't forget your little biscuit slices that you made that you can just scoop that sauce with. Okay, who just found a new recipe for your crock pot? A dump and go version right here. Okay guys, give me a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below and that bell notification. That way you'll know when shows like this one here are posted. I will also put down a link to all of my CROCKPOT videos for you for easy watching. Okay guys, I will see you on my next episode.